All right. Today we have the masterclass series, appointment setting 201. We got Josh Khan, who is a freaking beast on the phone, a beast in the field. And Josh is he says some things that I've gotten. I love how he's very patient on the phone. He's very calm. And the way he overcomes objections is amazing. Josh, you got till 12 noon to kill this, guys. And then guys, be asking, think of questions to ask him. Because appointment setting is the most important part of this business. The products don't matter. What you do in the home doesn't matter. None of those things matter until you know how to set appointments, because appointments get you in the field and appointments get you helping people. So Josh, are you ready?
Let's get it.
All right.
All right, Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome to the class. First and foremost, I want to thank Kali and Corinne for the platform. And also, guys, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but this is an excellent opportunity that's been set up by our leadership. I hope everybody takes advantage of being able to kind of review the videos and also participate within the classes, okay? All right, so when it comes to setting appointments, there's a couple of things that I want to go over. But I pretty much, like, if everybody likes lists, I'm a person that does lists. So I've got a few short lists. So the first list that we're going to go over is pretty much 6 steps or 6 things that you need when it comes to setting your appointments. Okay. In my opinion, the first part, number 1, is you got to show up, point blank, period. Okay. That's a couple of different. Number 1, that means showing up to live dials. Okay, I know it's uncomfortable, and I know it's not easy. Sometimes waking up early, and it's not comfortable to have the camera on and everything like that. But I promise you, it's not easy, but it's worth it. Okay, because there's a lot of coaching, there's a lot of training that you can get right there on the spot. I know for myself, it's made a world of a difference. Even just getting little tips here and there. Hearing different producers say different things and kind of adding that to my arsenal as well. So that's a fantastic way. That's the first thing. You gotta show up. Okay. Now, also when it comes to showing up, if there's an office nearby, 100%, my recommendation, make your way to the office. Okay. Because a big part of this is going to be correcting your mindset. And a big part of correcting your mindset is you got to change your environment. All right. So what I would say is make your way to the office. Okay. So this way you can put yourself in a winning environment. You can also be around some major producers. I know in our area, you'll be able to sit with Kali. You can hear Corinne dial. You can hear Ryan Urbanski. There's a couple of different people. You know what I'm saying? You can hear us dial. So that's number 1. All right. So now number 2, for me, is going to be a mindset. Okay. Now this is super, super, super important. When it comes to dialing, what you have to do is you have to understand that there's going to be a lot of no's, but you just got to get through the no's to get to the yeses. At the end of the day, it's going to start early. It is a little bit of a grind, but just be prepared to win. From the beginning. When it gets to that as well, a big part of that, Corinne actually hit on that. When it comes to the podcast and the YouTube. For myself, that's a big part. That's a big part that helped me, especially when I was going through my contract and while I was waiting out. A big part of that, you can hear different styles of different people closing. You can see how different people are able to book, also deal with different objections. YouTube, podcast, huge tool, 100%. It helps with your mindset. You gotta stay positive. That's the biggest thing. And for me, when it comes to dialing, the way that I like to think of it is I like to think of it kind of like a race. So I know that I have a certain amount of leads that I'm going to have to get or that I'm going to have to go through. And for me, I try not to be knocked off of my focus. Like if anyone says no, for me, it's like how fast can I get to the last lead for the day? Okay. Now, number 3 is you got to prepare. Okay. A big part of that is you got to make sure you got the right amount of leads. Okay, so we always recommend, all the top leaders are always going to say you need between 100 to 150 new leads for every dial day. Okay, so the second part of that is if you want to get the jump on the market and setting your appointments, you got to start early. There's no way around it. Okay, that there's a peak time between 7:30 to about 8:30. In that time period, you can easily set 3 appointments for the day and get a jump. Like I've heard several leaders say that if you miss that time period between 7:30 to 9 o'clock, you're taking $200,000 out of your salary out of the year. So for me, I can't afford to lose that. So I'm there every morning, and it's made a big difference for me. Okay. All right. Now, number 4 is you got to understand. For me, is you got to understand the script, right? Now, when I think about this, I always think about like the Wolf of Wall Street. If anybody's watched the movie, they always talk about the power of the script. All right. So here's the thing: if you don't know what to do, if you don't know what to say, look at the script. It's very easy in the beginning. And I think a big part of that also, you have to understand the flow of how the script is set up and why things are in certain positions. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is if you understand the flow of the script, a lot of times the objections, you can be prepared for them. Or you know when typically people are going to interject, as long as you can control the flow. And a big part of that is understanding the script. You gotta master the script. Okay. Now, number 5 for me is going to be pretty much like how you approach it. So it's going to be assumptive and be assertive. Okay. This is all about your tone and like how you deal with the person when they call. You always want to remain calm, keep your cool. The top leaders are going to tell you that you want to keep like a mellow tone, show no emotion. Because here's the thing: once you pull the emotion out of this, it really makes it very easy. You know what I'm saying? And and just like I said, just stick to your script. You don't have to make it fancy, because here's the thing: the more bells and whistles that you try to add to it, it makes it more of a show, and ultimately you lose credibility, and that's not what you want. You want to do what's best to build credibility, so that this way you can assure the client and the family that you're going to be the one to take care of everything that they need. Okay. So now the last part of that for me is going to be number 6, which is going to be repetition. Okay. Now, when it comes to repetition, I would say practice all the time. Practice in front of a mirror. But the biggest part of practicing, make sure you practice with your managers. Okay. Make sure you practice with your upline, because here's the thing: if you are just kind of practicing by yourself, that's a good way to kind of get the flow, like a good way to learn the flow of things. But ultimately, it's not, you're not going to know the little things that you have to tweak to make that can make a life of a difference in your script. And the only way that you're going to get those differences is if you're plugging in with your managers and with some of the producers that have a little bit more experience, because literally it's all in the verbiage. 100% is in the verbiage. So you got that's a big part of it. Now, like Kali said, she's absolutely right. When it comes to this business, 85% of it, you got to win on the phone. So this is super important. All right, 15% of this is going to be in home. 5 of it is going to be like learning the product. So you gotta win on the phone. All right, so I don't know, Kali, do you want to jump in and ask the questions before I go into the next?
Does anyone have any questions for Josh about what he just went over?
No, but I want to say it was great. I got a lot down, and it's changed a lot of how I was thinking.
Okay, good. That's what we want, Yusuf. Anybody else got any questions for Josh? Comments?
No questions, just edifying. Like, it's no joke. 85% of the business literally is winning on the phone. If you win on the phone, you will win your your field day. I'm just edifying what he's saying.
Thank you. Thanks, Kayla.
Hi, Josh. Great job. You are super on fire. This is Felicia. I'm going with number 4 about the script.
Mm-hmm.
I do reading the script verbatim in the beginning and then kind of tweaking it to what works for you.
So in the beginning, my 100% recommendation is read it. Just read it. Keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? This business, like it's super simple. They make it really easy for you. I always say this all the time. It's like that you don't have to recreate the wheel. We just got to spin it. So like a big part of that is the scripts. Like, and there's different types of scripts. And there's several scripts that you can find as well. So you can find the one that fits for you. Now, once you're comfortable, then you can make it your own. And I think ultimately, that's the goal. You want to be comfortable enough with this that you can do the script with your eyes closed. You know?
Thank
Absolutely. So, excuse me, sorry. So the next thing that I wanted to get into was going to be like so what I did was over the last week, I asked some of our producers during our live dials, what were some of the major objections that that are dealt with while trying to set these appointments. So what I want to do is I want to go over, in my opinion, the top 6. Okay. So before we get into this, the big thing is this: whatever the client is going to, or the family is going to tell you over the phone, tell them, you have to keep in mind that whatever they say, revert it back to the script. It doesn't matter what they say. That's one thing that I learned from Jamie, is that no matter what they say, bring them back to the script. Even if you have to start over, bring them back to the script. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they say, pretty much and this is what I do, pretty much whatever they have to say to me, ultimately my answer is going to be fantastic. That's the reason why I called, and I get right back into the script. Okay. But let's deal with some of these objections. So one of the first ones that we always deal with is, I'm not interested. All right. A lot of us get that, right? So the way that I like to approach this is, a lot of times I'll say, well, I'm not interested either, but I need to take care of my job. Okay. So what you need to do, so doing it that way, a lot of times it puts the pressure back on them and it flips it. Cause this time now it's like when you're expressing it to them, it's like, hey, I just need to take care of this. This is my job. And then you go right back into the script. Say, hey, okay, I understand you're not interested. I'm not interested in this either right now, but I'm just trying to take care of my job. Boom. Let me get right back into the script. Okay. Number 2, another one is say, oh, I already have coverage. Okay. So this one, there's several ways that you can approach this. One of the ways that you can approach this is by saying, okay, fantastic. Or either way, you say fantastic. That's the reason why I called. And you can ask them, number one, have they received their policy in the mail? Okay. Now, if they have not received their policy in the mail, that gives you an opportunity to then be like, okay, well, on our end, I can see that the file has not been closed out, or the request has not been closed out properly. So that's the reason for me to call, so that we can close out this file, or close out this request. And then you jump right back into the script. Now, another way that you can deal with that, as far as them already having coverage, you try to figure out which plan they are with. Right now, a big part of this for me was what I learned on the live dials when it came to learning about the other products and learning how to attack them. Right. So another part of this is you got to learn a little bit about the other products. You got to learn what Lincoln Heritage has to offer. You want to learn about what Colonial Penn has to offer, because these are going to be the whole life policies that a lot of families are stuck in, but it's not a good fit. So typically for these, if they tell you that you have one of these, this is a fantastic opportunity for you to say, okay, terrific. That's the reason for me to call, because these are not one of our state regulated programs that we have available for you, and that's the purpose for me to call, so we can get you into one of our programs that will be the best fit for you and your family, so you can have what you want, so you can get what your family needs today. And that's another thing that I always like to reiterate, whether I'm in home, on the phone, closing, or if I'm just booking the appointments. I always want to tell them, make sure that they know that I'm going to make sure that I get what they need for their family today. So I want to make sure you want to make sure that's assertive, so that they know that you're serious, that you're going to be the one to take care of them. Okay. Now, the next one that I hear all the time is that I don't remember. So with this one, I have a little bit of fun with. If a person tells me they don't remember, easy. If they say they don't remember, I say, okay, fantastic. It's not a problem. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. And I get right back into the script. That's it. It's very, very, very quick. So one of the things that I've learned on the phone, you don't have a lot of time with them. You got to be precise, and you got to move through the script. Now you gotta have a nice flow, but you don't want to move too fast. Okay. You want to make sure that, and you want to make sure that you have control of the entire conversation. Okay. Make sure you're the one that's kind of dictating the pace and asking the questions. And also when you're confirming things, that's also the reason why we confirm things, is to kind of also reassure them, not only reassure them, but also to keep control of the conversation. The example of that is like when we confirm like their date of birth or the address or the email. Okay. Now the next thing that we always hear is they say that we don't have any money, right? So when it comes to this, what I always try to offer them is that, or what I try to let the client know is that, hey, first and foremost, before we talk about any money, I have to make sure that I can get you qualified medically. Okay. Now, if I can get you qualified medically, then my job is to then make sure that the premiums fit within your budget. Now, if I can do those two things, then we can discuss money. But first and foremost, I need to make sure that I can get you qualified medically. Okay. Now, if they keep pushing about the money thing, then I say, okay, fantastic. It's not a problem. Like I said, once I get you qualified medically, I do have the ability with some of our carriers to post data payment for up to 30 days if you qualify for that particular program. But I don't know if you will. So like I said, I have to get you qualified medically and get right back into the script, into booking the time. Okay. Now another one that says, another one that we hear a lot really quick, which is really weird because if people pick up the phone, you would think that they'd have the time or they wouldn't pick up the phone. But people will say that, oh, I don't have the time. I say, okay, fantastic. I'm not going to hold you up really quick, hold you up for too long. Really quickly, the purpose of me calling, I was just trying to set up a call or time for us to sit down tomorrow. 15 minutes and I'm out of your hair. People are going to tell you that, oh, I don't have time today. Terrific, fantastic. That's the purpose of me to call, because I'm actually calling for tomorrow. I'm just trying to sit down with you. Take me 15 minutes. I'll be out of your hair and get right back into the script. Okay. Now there's the other one where they say, let me think about it. And for this one, sometimes you have to do a little bit of digging. For this one, you have to try to figure out what the why is for the particular person, or try to figure out why they were looking for life insurance. Try to figure out who it was that they're trying to protect, and make sure that they understand that nothing, time is not guaranteed. Okay, and we don't have a lot of time to waste. And also let them know that you don't have a lot of time to waste either. Okay, so right now you're pressed by the state that you're working with, or the county that you're working with, and all you're trying to do is do your job at the end of the day. I understand that you have to think about things, but I have to do my job. So let me get this out to you. Let me just get this information out to you. So, and a big part of this is, you want to make sure that that the client or the family that you're talking to doesn't feel like you're trying to, at least when it comes to setting the appointments, that you're trying to sell them. Okay, a big part of this is you got to make sure that they're feeling like you're just getting them the information that they requested. So like whenever there's any objections, that's the one thing that you want to come back to and remind them that, hey, you filled out this request. That's the purpose of me calling, is just to get you this information. So in my script, that's why you'll hear me say it a couple times. When I'll repeat it. When I'll say that, hey, my job is just to get you this information. I'm calling just to get you this information, and I'm just giving you this information that you requested. Okay. Now the next thing that I want to get into is pretty much would be my script. I guess I can get into, so what I want to do is I want to get into my particular script and kind of tell you why I do what I do, as far as like how I feel like I've set up the flow of my particular script. And so first I'll start with hi.
Josh, sorry,
yes.
I don't mean to interrupt you. Great job. Do you want to choose somebody to role play with? I think that would be a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. I don't. Oh, okay. Yusuf. Let's get Yusuf. Let's get him in.
Yusuf. Okay. You want me to pitch to you, or you pitching me?
No. So you're gonna be the client. We're just gonna run through my script really quick, and then what I'll do is if there's anything big in between, I'll kind of go over why I do what I do. All right. So let's start.
Ring. Throw out any objections?
No, just
okay.
Just do it regular.
Okay.
All right. Ring.
Hello.
Yusuf?
Yes, this is Yusuf.
Fantastic. My name is Joshua Khan. I'm one of the supervisors here for the Benefit Center here in DC. I'm also one of the medical profilers here for the district. So now, that's something that I started saying for people, and what I've learned, my experience, that buys me like 5 seconds, because people are like, what? Not only are they kind of thrown off by the fact that you tell them that you're a supervisor, but the fact that you tell them that you're a medical profiler, most people are like, what the hell is that? So that always buys me like a couple more seconds. So what I would recommend is throw that into your script. I know that's not in the original script, but I would recommend you throw that in there, because for me, it always buys me a few seconds, because they're always going to be like, what the hell is a medical profiler? So I say, okay, I'm the medical profiler here in the district. I was reaching out to you because we got a request here at the office. It's going to fulfill for some time now. And I've been assigned by the district to help you out with this request, Mr. Yusuf.
Okay.
So the request stated that you were looking for information about state-regulated life insurance. You put your date of birth here as January 1st, 1991.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's correct?
Yes, correct.
Fantastic. All right, terrific. So the purpose of me calling you, Mr. Yusuf, is just to get you the information that you requested from us. So here in the request, you have your email here as mryusuf@gmail.com. I'm assuming that's still correct?
Correct.
Fantastic. All right, so here, so if you don't have the email, this is a good spot for you to typically go jump into the address. But if you have the email, my recommendation would be, this is where you want to ask, where you would want to confirm the email. Because sometimes what happens is on these leads, the address sometimes is not up to date. And it's easier to kind of deal with that at the back end once you've already built a little bit of rapport with the client and you've talked to them a little bit and they're already ready to set the appointment with you. That's an objection that's very, very easy to get over at the end versus in the beginning of the conversation. So that's when I would recommend confirming the email. Okay, so I have your email as mryusuf@gmail.com. I'm assuming that's still correct?
Correct.
All right, fantastic. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a telemarketer. I'm on the medical side of things here with the district. What I specialize in is helping to get you qualified medically. Once I get you qualified medically, I have different programs to bring those premiums down to fit within your budget. Ultimately, my job is not to sell you anything. My job is just to get you the information, and what you do with it is up to you. All right?
Okay.
So tomorrow, Mr. Yusuf, they have me dispatched in the district tomorrow. And I'm going to be helping out about 10 to 15 families, but I do have a few time slots left. It literally takes me 15 minutes and I'm out of your hair. But here's the thing, Mr. Yusuf, if we do this right one time, you never have to do this again for the rest of your life. Okay.
Okay.
All right, fantastic. So, and also what I've learned, these are little things that you can add in there. For me, they're like tie downs. Like as far as like saying that if we do this one time, if we do this right the first time, that you'll never have to do this again. These are like little tie downs, little things that you can do to build rapport with the client, just in the conversation itself. Okay, to build confidence also within your conversation. All right, so then I say, okay, so terrific. So and also verbiage, right? The word dispatch. This is something that I learned from Corinne. It's been great from my script. Use the word. If you use that word, it just works. It works better for with the clients. I don't know if for people who know or like to do sales, you know, it's all about verbiage a lot of times when it comes to the psychology of the sales. So
that makes it more professional sounding. Is that what you're saying? Or
definitely. And certain words or keywords, this is why again, going back to live dials, this is why you got to be on there, because these are little keywords and little things, literally just changing or tweaking one or two words that are going to make a difference in your production. Okay. So let's get back into it. So I say fantastic. So I'm dispatched into DC tomorrow. I'm helping 10 to 15 families. I have a few time slots still available. Literally takes me 15 minutes. I'm out of your hair. If we do this correctly one time, you'll never have to do this again for the rest of your life. Okay. So are you working, retired, or on disability?
I'm working.
All right. Now, is that a traditional 9 to 5, or are you working during the evenings?
No, I work crazy hours, mostly during the week from 3 in the afternoon till 9 the next morning. So between like 9:30, 10 o'clock and 2, I'm pretty much open.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so terrific. So let's get you in for my first appointment at 9 o'clock. How do you like your coffee, Mr. Yusuf?
I don't usually drink coffee, but if I drink it, I like it with cream.
All right. So this is another tie down, or this is another tool that I just implemented. I just started that I picked up again from Corinne. Like I said, you got to plug into these live dials if you want to get these dimes, man. So if you for your first appointment, if you can, if you're open to this, if you're finding out how they like their coffee, bring them the coffee. And what we found is that whenever you tell them that you're going to get the coffee, they're going to be there. So that first sale at 9 o'clock, even though it's early, it might not be convenient to go to Starbucks early. They'll be there for it. Everybody likes coffee. Everybody likes it. Okay. All right. So, all right. So 9 o'clock. Fantastic. All right. So, are you able to grab a sheet of paper really quickly, Mr. Yusuf? What I want to do is I want to give you a confirmation code and my information for tomorrow really quick.
Sure.
Fantastic. Take your time. No rush. And I wait. I don't.
Right here.
Cool. So this is when I let them get the paper or get whatever they're going to write this down with. And if they're going to get something to write it down with, I wait. I don't say nothing. I wait. It's a waiting game. Okay. Now, if they say they can't write it down, fantastic. Not a problem. Are you able to receive text messages, Yusuf?
Yes.
Awesome. So this is what I'm going to do. As soon as we get off the phone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot you a text message with a copy of my ID and my license. So this way you have a copy of my credentials before I get out there to you. Okay. So that's
cool.
Now, if they are going to write it down, this is the better way to do it because it's a more solid appointment in my opinion. So when they write this down, what I do is I give them a confirmation code. Now this confirmation code, you can really make this up. It really doesn't matter what you set it as, to be honest. What I usually use is the lead ID. That's a good one. Or what I do is I just do CRM and the number of the lead on my spreadsheet. So if I'll be like, Yusuf, your confirmation code is CRM 23.
Okay.
My name is Joshua Khan. So so this is something that I particularly do. What I would do is you got to find little things to make the client feel comfortable and make them also feel confident, right? In allowing you to come to their home. You know what I mean? So one of the things that I do is so I tell people, I say, so the way that so my name is Joshua Khan. The way that I spell my name, Joshua, the way that it's spelled in the Bible.
Okay.
So it's another way to kind of tie down or just to build that rapport with the client, or, build that comfort. Now, then what I'll do is I'll give them my producer number, and then I'll say, okay, terrific. So I just want to make sure that I'm on time tomorrow, Yusuf. So here I have your delivery address here as 100 Main Street. I'm assuming that's correct.
Correct.
Fantastic. Now on Main Street, is it pretty much street parking?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Now I don't want to be rude, so is it okay to knock, or is there a doorbell?
You can knock. it's fine. Either or.
All right. And this will be the third. This is the third tie down back to back to back. And this is for me, this is a killer. This one I got from my boy Darren, man. We put this one together and this has been a killer for us. And we always ask everybody, any big dogs or killer cats?
Right. None.
It gets everybody. And it's a good way to tie down that appointment. Okay. So if they say no, so let me ask you. So Yusuf, any big dogs or killer cats?
None.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so tomorrow, so then I go right back to where I would have been if they couldn't write it down. So at the text message. So tomorrow, or as soon as I get off the phone with you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a text message with a copy of my ID and my license. So this way you can review my credentials before I get out there to you. Now tomorrow, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to review or confirm all this information with you again. So this way you know you're not talking to a random crazy person.
Right.
All right, fantastic. So, and again, there's with me driving all the way from Bel Air, or you can say there's different kind of ways, but like Jerwan actually does it in a really funny way. He'll just be like, you're not hanging out there, right? Which is a great way to kind of deal with the client as well, because you can get a laugh again to help you tie this down. So what you want to do is just make sure that they are going to be there. So you can be like, so I just want to confirm again, there's no reason why you wouldn't be there at 9 a.m., Mr. Rashid. Right? I'm bringing that coffee.
I'm definitely be there.
It's coffee, right?
Yeah, I like coffee. I'll be there.
All right, fantastic. I look forward to our conversation. Click. That's it. Then I send them a text message with a copy of my license and my ID, just how I mentioned. And in my text message, I send the same text message to everybody to confirm. I say, hey, this is Joshua Khan. This is a friendly text message confirmation for our appointment tomorrow. I've attached a copy of my credentials, for our appointment tomorrow, and I'll say the time and the date. The time and the place. So I'll say tomorrow, 9 a.m. at 100 Main Street. I look forward to our conversation, and I attach my ID and my license. Excuse me. Now, Rashid. Now, this is sometimes what happens at the end of this. Let's say the address is wrong, right? Now, this in my opinion is the only place that you should show emotion, okay? Because everything else needs to be here. It needs to be even keel. You don't want to be too high. You don't want to be too low. Because if you're too high or too low, either way, it sounds too saley. It sounds too gimmicky.
Right.
They're not gonna. All right. So check this out. So Rashid, I have your. I want to make sure I'm on time tomorrow. So I have your delivery address here is 100 Main Street. I'm assuming that's still correct.
Correct.
No. I want you to say that it's the wrong address.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong address. It's
So let's do it again. So I have your delivery address. I want to make sure I'm on time tomorrow. So I have your delivery address here is 100 Main Street. I'm assuming that's still correct, Rashid?
Oh no, that's the wrong address.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Rashid, that's the reason why we haven't been able to get in touch with you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. I want to make sure I'm on time and I get you this information. Now when I do that, that always catches it always, because that's the only time you want to show emotion, because you want to be like, oh my goodness, you're surprised. Like, oh my goodness, that's why I haven't been able to get in touch with you. It's like, it's really simple, but it's the little things, but I promise you it works.
And that is the importance of you getting to see me, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. So again, so that, yeah, like I said, that's the only time you want to show the emotion when it comes to that. But apart from that, just go right back to the script. It's really, really huge. Okay. The biggest thing, treat the script almost like a Bible.
That's where I've been messing up. I finally got the objections the other day when Corinne told me to get them too, but I don't stick to the script, and I'm just gonna have to force myself to stick to the script and quit trying to innovate, fix the wheel, create the wheel.
Yeah, no question. So there's one more acronym that I wanna leave everybody with. Focus. Okay. F is follow. Okay. O is for one. C is for course. U is for until. S is for success. Okay. Follow one course until success. All right. So we've got the game plan for you here. It's very, very it's not easy. Don't get me wrong, but it's very simple. All right. You've also got great leadership. You've got a lot of tools that you can take advantage of on a daily basis to help you sharpen your sword and get better at your craft. Take advantage of everything that's available for you. Make sure that you plug into everything that you can that's available, because ultimately, everything that's available for you here, it's not going to be no rah-rah stuff. It's always going to be stuff that you can use, that you can apply, that's ultimately going to make you better, and it's going to make your business grow. I know for me, it's made a world of a difference by plugging in. And I can also tell you firsthand what happens when you don't. From when you start plugging in, and then you decide not to. So for me, I was able to come out the gate swinging, and then I had a big dip in my business, and that was because I wasn't on the live dials. I wasn't being coached, but I wasn't putting myself out there to do the little things to get better. So make sure you put yourself out there. And keep in mind, it's absolutely no judgment. When we're on the live dials, it's family. All right. That's what we talk about here. That's why literally, it's in the name of the business. It's family. So everybody that's on the live dials, we're in there to make sure everybody grows, everybody eats, B. It's very, very simple. And I'll tell you, it's when it comes to this business, or when it comes to any business, I feel like, some people are going to wish and want, and then there's going to be the people that are going to just make it happen. All right. And these are the things that you have to do if you want to make it happen, period. All right. So I want to open it up for any questions. I know I went over
real quick, Josh. I want you to do one more script. I'll do it with me. I'm gonna throw in a couple objections, but don't explain anything. Just go through the whole. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go through it like you would if you were talking to a client. Okay? Because I just want to make sure it's one. Everybody hears one long message. Y'all know what I mean. All right, let's go.
All right, ring ring.
Hello,
Kali.
who's this?
Good morning, Kali. This is Joshua Khan. I'm one of the supervisors here for the Benefit Center here in DC. I'm also one of the medical profilers for the district. I was reaching out to you because we got a request here at the office. It's gone unfulfilled for some time now. And I've been assigned by the district to help you out with this, Ms. Somerville. So here in the request, it stated that you were looking for state-regulated life insurance and you put your date of birth here as 4/1/1999. I'm assuming that's correct?
I didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Because here in the request, we have your delivery address as well as 100 Main Street. I'm assuming that's still correct?
Yeah, that's right. But I wasn't looking for any insurance.
Okay, no worries. Here's the thing. So you filled out about 14 questions completely that had all of your personal information. Also, your IP address was confirmed.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, I do understand that this request could have been put in a few months ago. So it's very possible that you don't remember. And that's okay. But again, that's the purpose for me to call so that we can get you the information that you had requested. Okay. So tomorrow, what's happening, Ms. Kali, is that I'm actually going to be dispatched in DC. And it takes me literally 15 minutes to get you this information that you had requested. And I'm out of your hair. And guess what? If we do this right one time, Ms. Somerville, you never have to do this again for the rest of your life, okay?
You said, what is this about again?
So this is pertaining to state-regulated life insurance for living and death benefits.
Okay. All right. Well, I already have insurance.
Okay, fantastic. So when did you get your coverage, Ms. Kali?
I've had it about 2 years.
Okay, terrific. And do you remember which carrier you went with?
Yeah, I have State Farm.
Okay, fantastic. That's actually the reason for me to call. It could be there's two things. Number one, it sounds like it's time for your annual review for your policy. And also that is not one of our current state regulated programs by the state. So what I want to do is I want to offer you or go over some of the information that you had requested as far as the state regulated programs for here in DC. It takes about 15 minutes. My job is not to sell you anything, Ms. Kali. My job is just to make sure that you have the best program available for you and your family, and you have what you need for them for today and for tomorrow.
Okay. But I'm at work right now.
Not a problem. I'm not going to hold you up for too much longer. It literally I'm just trying to set up a time for tomorrow. Like I said, it takes me 15 minutes out of your hair.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow. Are you working tomorrow?
I am.
Oh, well, are you working like a traditional 9 to 5 or you work in the evenings?
Yeah, I get off at 6.
Okay, awesome. So check this out. So I have two availabilities. I have a 7 and I have my last one at 8 o'clock. Literally takes me 15 minutes and I'm out of your hair. Which one works best for you? And I'm not going to hold you up too much longer.
You said, what were your times? What times you say again?
I could do 7 or 8.
Oh yeah, let's do 8.
8, okay, fantastic. So I know that you're busy at work, so I'm not going to hold you up. I'm going to shoot you a text message really quick, Ms. Kali, with a copy of my ID and my license. So this way you can review my credentials before I get out there to you. And then once I get out there to you, I'll confirm all this information again so you know you're not talking to a random crazy person, okay?
Okay.
So Ms. Kali, I don't want to be rude tomorrow. Should I knock or is there a doorbell?
I have a doorbell.
Okay, cool. And pretty much street parking, right?
No, I have a driveway. You can park in the driveway.
Okay, fantastic. Any big dogs or killer cats that I need to be aware of?
No killer cats, but I do have cats. Are you allergic to cats?
No, I'm an animal lover. I just wanted to make sure I'm prepared. That's all.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
All right, terrific. So I look forward to our conversation. There's no reason why you wouldn't be there at 8 o'clock because Ms. Kali, I'm coming all the way from Bel Air to see little old you.
No. I'll definitely be there. I don't go anywhere after work.
All right, fantastic. Have a blessed night. Click.
All right, thank you. That was good, Josh.
Thank you.
Any questions for Josh, guys? We got a couple more minutes. Any questions?
Yes, Josh, this is Felicia. I also know that you have done some telesales calls in the car. Do you have any? Do you have any tie downs for telesales?
As far as for booking telesales or for, because here's the thing. So for telesales, the only way that I approach them personally is for a one call close. I don't like, if I'm gonna set an appointment, I'm setting an appointment to sit with the person. Because usually what happens is this: the person is gonna another thing that they might want to say is that they don't want to do this over the phone. I mean, in person, right? And then they say they want to do it over the phone, but then in reality, they don't want to do it over the phone. So what I do is, that's an opportunity to make sure that you can get in-house. And what I do is I tell them that, hey, or if they don't want to give the information and stuff over the phone, if they don't want to do that, then that's another opportunity to put the importance in sitting with them in the house. Because you got to let them know that, hey, I understand we're going to go over some important information that you might not feel comfortable going over with on the phone. But that's the importance of me coming in person. So this way you can feel comfortable and know who you're dealing with.
I have a question, Josh.
Yes.
So, because I know we have people on here that have never sold insurance before, and I know you didn't come from an insurance background. Even though you came from the previous company, you weren't there that long, right?
No. Uh-huh.
So really, this is like you have no insurance background, like, right? So, how did you get confident and good at selling with no insurance background? This is a two-part question, and then some people are scared to dial. How did you get rid of that fear of dialing coming into the business?
Okay, so when it comes to being scared of dialing, so what I did was for me, I knew it was going to take a little bit of time for contracting. So what I did was I tried my best to make myself available to my upline. So what I did was, while I was waiting for contracting, I tried to book appointments for Kali and for Corinne. So what I did was I was able to kind of learn and get my objections and ultimately kind of hit my head before I even had to hit the field. And this way it really prepared me, and it really made me comfortable. And then the more and more that I was able to get on the live dials and hear myself say it and hear the tips, like as I was saying it, it just makes you more and more comfortable. Because what happens is the more and more you kind of apply the tips, the more appointments you set, and the more appointments show. So it's just it just works. And then as far as being good at sales, I'm not gonna lie, I've been in sales pretty much all my life. But the process and the way that they've kind of put things together here in FFL is uncanny, because it's really simple. It's just buy the leads, call the leads, close the leads, and repeat. That's it. Like literally, that's it. Like it's really not that difficult. And with like I said, with all the tools that we have, like it's very, very easy to pick it up. You just have to do the work. That's the one thing. It's not like I said, it's a very simple business, but it's not easy. You got to put in the work. And as long as you do put in the work, it'll pay off and it'll click. Like I said before, it may not be easy, but I promise you it's worth it.
Josh, and real quick, what kind of leads are you buying? I think we didn't even mention that part, but because you're closed, how many families are you helping a week on average?
On average, I say I'm just between 7 to 10.
Okay. And then what kind of leads are you getting?
To be honest, I love the 1 month old leads, and I love 3 month old CRM final expense leads. That's my bread and butter right there. I love it.
How much you spending a week on leads?
So on a high end, $1,000. On the low end, $600.
Okay, so $600 to $1,000 to get back your return on investment. It sounds like it's about 10 times what you're putting in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? Once I started, because see, I'm a numbers guy. So once I figured out that no matter what I spend on these leads, that I'm going to triple it, at least, it just made sense and it just clicked. So
okay.
And that's the other thing. Once you realize how the numbers work in this business, because here's the thing, this business is a numbers business. So if you work it with the numbers that they tell you to work and you do it the way that they do, the results, it's just crazy. It just works that way.
Mm-hmm.
It just works.
Good job. I kind of know what you're doing, but maybe you can go a little bit more into detail. When you're done with the call, why do you hang up so quickly?
Okay. So I because I don't, because once I've closed and I've set the appointment, I don't want to give them an opportunity to back out. That's it. I'll see you tomorrow. That's it. Because once and that's the other thing about it. Like, what if I feel like if you don't set a precedent as far as like how you're going to handle the appointment and kind of taking control, what'll happen is this: you'll end up with a lot of friends but no clients. So you have to take control of it, and once it's set, there's nothing to talk about till tomorrow anyways. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. Click. That's
all right, guys, we got to wrap it up. It is 12 noon. Josh, thank you so much for going through this. This was fire, guys. This will be on the FFL YouTube page, FFL Fury YouTube page on Tuesday. So listen to Josh's script, listen to if you missed anything, listen to this over and over again, guys. This is a business practice, drill, rehearse. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. And it does take time to get good. So thank you, Josh. We will be dialing live on tomorrow. We're going to start around noon, guys. So look out in the Telegram for it, but we're going to be dialing tomorrow for Tuesday. So we can get our Tuesday out the way since Monday's a holiday, guys. Josh, again, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone jumping on the training this morning. We appreciate each and every one of you. We hope you got something from it. Yeah, can we take our phones off me real quick and just tell Josh thank you?
Thank you, Josh.
If anybody needs my number, man, I'm just a phone call away or a text message away. All right. So anybody that needs help or needs or anything, you can always reach out.
Thanks, Josh.
You want to give your phone number, Josh?
Yeah, it's 202. I'll put it in the chat too, but it's 202-584-9846. Again, that's 202-584-9846.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great holiday, and we will see you on the live. We hope we see you on the live dials tomorrow. So get your week set up, guys. Have a great week. Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Have a blessed day.